never heard that, but that's the origin of Cap. I'm going to look this up. I'm going to look.
There's a principle that
Right.
we have to follow.
Yeah.
We have to have.
Be true to yourself. You don't have.
And when I came back, the place was a mess. So I knew I was missed.
Steve in here now. Now
It's incredible.
I love it.
Me
That's
too.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And applying the recovery out there. What's up, everybody out there on planet Earth? It's your favorite Martian reporting to you live from Recovery Central, McShin Foundation in Henrico, Virginia. I'm very excited today. Well, not excited as so much as a little mad. Jesse's been a little controlling today, but I love him. I'm glad he's back. We haven't sat together in a long time, but now that the cameras are rolling, all is forgiven. I forgive him. He forgives me. We'll kiss and make up later. We got Olaf is pretty much Jesse calls him a special guest, but in my opinion, he's kind of like, a co-host. A co-facilitator of hosting. I'm glad he's always insightful. He always has good stuff to say.
Why are you looking at a TV like we're here?
I still can't look at you.
Why can't?
How you doing, Olaf?
How are we gonna have a podcast if you can't look?
I'll take a look at you.
This is why we can't be live.
Yeah. Anyways,
we can't be live because you can't look.
Everybody, you're getting a perfect example of Jesse's controlism right now.
Travis,
It's totally killing my spirit. Listen, no, let's go.
How can I have a conversation if you can't look at me?
I'm sorry, buddy.
Like we're looking here.
Would you like to hold?
We're talking to each other.
All right, go.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure you look at me.
So Jesse thought about this very long and hard. People out there, and Olaf, I'll give you eye contact too. He put a lot of thought in today's topic, and like,
no, stop.
What's on your mind?
Well, no. All right, real quick, man. I got to do this the right way. First, I want to go over a couple events real quick. Everybody, welcome. Yes, thank you, Travis. Great intro. You definitely are a Martian. I want to go over a couple of events and then just our sponsors real quick, and then we'll get into what we got going on. Olaf, you're right. Olaf is a reoccurring guest. I was really thinking that we would have Olaf here as the co-host, and it might,
and I'd be the host, and the co-host, and Jesse come in and give announcements.
The show might change. Look, this is how it works, right? So when you talk, I have to be quiet, and when I talk, you have to be quiet. When
if you have something to say,
when Olaf talks, we have to be quiet.
I'll be quiet when Olaf talks.
When Steve talks, we have to be quiet.
When Steve talks, everybody be quiet.
It's kind of how I talk.
Mute you all.
Yes.
All right, kick your stuff, Jesse.
It's kind of how I talk.
Thank you for your controlling instructions.
It's kind of how I talk to Luna. Me and Kelly will have.
She don't listen to you either.
Me and Kelly will have a conversation, and Luna will want to butt in. We'll be like, hey,
I bet you Kelly's so thankful for that.
I think I picked up what you're putting down. Prime example.
Shots fired.
So real quick, upcoming events. We want to get this out to let y'all know what we got coming up. One is December 16th. We got Brunch with Santa. That is going to be from 10 to 12. Come check it out. Olaf, will this be your first one? Were you here last Christmas?
No, I wasn't.
It'll be your first one. Are you gonna come check it out?
We'll have to check the calendar. I don't want to
scheduling conflicts.
Come on, man. 16th. Steve, are you coming?
Which one?
Cameras. Brunch with Santa.
I possibly.
What's going on with y'all, man? It's an event. Everybody needs to be there. But anyways,
going. In that case, yes.
But Brunch with Santa. That's Saturday, 16th. That's
you didn't ask me if I was going to come.
Are you going, Trent?
I go to all McShin events. I love them.
You do.
Yeah, I'm
actually,
go
you are a diehard supporter. You do.
Yeah.
That's our next event. So come check that out. And then anybody else that's tuning in, if you're alumni or if you're a participant, don't forget December 6th, we are honoring John Shinholzer. He is retiring from his role here with McShin. He will be retiring December 31st, and we're having a big spaghetti dinner. It's going to kind of be like an open forum. So we got a few guest speakers, and then we're just going to open it up, and you get up there and speak, and you speak your mind, speak your heart. Honor John. That's December 6th. That's at 5:30. That will be downstairs. In the I'm pointing like I'm talking. People are here. That'll be downstairs. Yeah, in the
to the east.
Hall. So we'll have spaghetti. We got some people cooking some spaghetti. We got some desserts coming in. So come check that out. Those are the two next big events. All right. So today,
Jesse, who's cooking that spaghetti? Barbie?
No, we have 4 people. So we have Barbie, Cassidy, Chris, and Brian. They're all cooking a
all
sauce.
which have done very, very well in the past, particularly Chris on the grill. Is that who we're talking about? Chris Schaefer?
Chris Schaefer,
I mean, yeah, great on the grill. Barbie, I've had her cooking. Well, she bucked on my grilled cheese. Great cooker. And who'd you say? Brian? I haven't had his food yet. And Cassidy, I haven't had her cooking yet either, but she looks Italian, so she'll probably do good at spaghetti for sure.
Isn't that who you
tan with? I haven't had the opportunity yet, but yeah, she's a faithful tanner, and it motivates me to tan because I totally like to gym, tan, and meeting, as I put it. It's kind of like the south of the Jersey Shore, not the north. No club in there.
Is that where you get your hair oil?
No, I get that from Morocco.
You tan with a girl?
Not at the same time. We're in separate beds.
Okay.
But I've never done it with her before. Not done it, but tanning we're talking about. This would have been a perfect place for editing. But no, I don't tan with a girl. I tan in the vicinity of a girl. Girls. Damn, this is getting more. I totally don't tan anymore. Go ahead, Jess.
You have a girlfriend? All right, let's go.
Yes.
All right.
Why'd you take so long to answer that?
Because it's like I forgot that I'm clear to say yes. Yes, I have a girlfriend.
She watches this too, so
she's my number one fan.
He's gonna get an earful about this one.
Yeah, all right, I love you.
So those are
babe.
Those are our next events. All right, and then I want to shout out our sponsors real quick. First, we want to give a special thanks to the Seed Institute. Seed Institute is operated by Michael Edwards, and Steve, if you can reach out, call that number and ask Michael if he has a logo. It'd be nice to have your logo up here, Michael. We want to make sure we're properly promoting your organization. But so everybody out there, Seed Institute is a local organization that helps with trainings, and they help set up your own personal businesses. LLCs, they specialize in that. So entrepreneurship. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, give them a call, 804-939-0541. That's Michael Edwards. And if you can, Steve, reach out to him, see if we can get his logo. But thank you for that sponsorship, Michael. And then our next sponsor, we want to give another special shout out to the Farley Center. Farley Center is a treatment center located in Williamsburg, Virginia. You can reach Kelly Eason, 804-638-7329.
And they do have a detox. I found that out. And Kelly's looking at the verbiage of her reading because me and Clay got a little confused on, but she answers the phone like on the second ring.
She's very good. I mean, that's her role. She's a what we call a resource broker in the PRS training. She's definitely, you call her even if you don't have insurance, if you're just looking for some resources. I mean, that's what McShin is as well. So if you call us, we're going to do that as well. But she did want me to make sure that anybody out there listening knows that the Farley Center, they're there to help. So give them a call. We appreciate the sponsorship. Call them 804-638-7329. That's the Farley Center. They're a treatment center. They're located in Williamsburg, Virginia. So they are local. You don't have to leave the state. They take commercial insurances, and they do self-pay as well. Just give her a call if you need any help. And then our last sponsor, we would like to give another special thanks to Rooted Hair Studio. Rooted Hair Studio. That is 804-919-3851. If you're looking for a discount, you're looking to save some money, just mention code McShin. You'll get 10% off on your next hair appointment. So give them a call. They're located in Prince George, Virginia. Or Colonial Heights.
Colonial Heights. They're rooted in Colonial Heights.
Colonial Heights. Prince George, Colonial Heights, kind of the same thing.
Yeah, it is like the tri-state area, Hopewell, Colonial Heights.
But give them a call. Their emails scrolling across the screen, and
very talented ladies. Did you ever take Cadence there?
I didn't know. I haven't. Cadence wants to get highlights. So I'm probably going to go there and get highlights.
Get the 10% off. Are you going to use the McShin code?
I definitely am.
Cheat codes.
Hopefully, it's like the McShin code twice.
Yeah, double up,
20% off.
No double dipping.
But we want to give a good shout out to our sponsors, and we have a couple more sponsors coming on. We're excited.
Yes,
we actually have a high level sponsor that Travis has been working on. We will be shouting them out next week, and they'll get a little bit more play. They'll be able to come on here again and give a commercial.
Great
so
people.
If you're listening, if you have anybody out there that has a business and they want to get their information out there, is a great way to do it. We stream on a few different platforms. We have a YouTube channel.
Spotify,
Apple Play. Yep. So if you want to get your information out there, it's definitely a great way to do it. Reach out to Steve, reach out to Travis, and find out about the sponsorship deals, and you get on here and sponsor. All right. So thank you everybody out there. So now one announcement we have I want to give is, so we're no longer going to be doing Facebook Live. We're only going to do it once a month. It's going to be a once a month thing here, and we want that. And we're looking for any comments. Any comments on this? What y'all think out there? What time is best for you? We know right now is actually kind of a busy time, so everybody's usually at work, so it might be hard to get the Facebook Live. So we might change the Facebook Live to the evening time, so we can get more viewers. But Facebook Live is only going to happen once a month. Moving forward, our podcasts are just going to come out. We're going to do them, and
we'll still be on Facebook and YouTube. It just won't be live, except for once a month.
Well, Facebook is really not our main platform. We really want you to go to our YouTube channel
if you can.
Not if you can. It's not. It's the same thing. You shouldn't. It's not an if. YouTube is
sort of like if I do this and if I do that. The word if is very tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm just telling you, the content isn't going to be on Facebook anymore. It's going to be on YouTube.
But if it's on there, take a look and then go over to YouTube.
So please, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, because that's where most of this content is going to be going. We're trying to switch to the YouTube. We want that platform out there. So subscribe, share this. And so while we're here now, if you happen to tune in, subscribe, share, and comment as well. But please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please come on there, subscribe to the YouTube channel. So Olav, we got you on here again. It was always good having you on here. It's always good having good conversations with you. Same with Travis. Travis, it's really hard to get serious sometimes.
I'm very serious right now.
I hope
so. Can you tell by my tone?
Seriously.
So
we want to talk about today. I really wanted to interview Travis and Olav. That was my goal. I wanted to interview both of them and ask them some questions, because I want their input on, because I really, first of all, let me just clarify something for y'all. As a young kid, for me, I looked up to Travis, right? So he was kind of like a older brother figure for me growing up. Somebody that I looked up to.
You can say father figure.
It wasn't father figure, but it was father. It was like, I thought he was the cool dude, cool brother, and as we got older, I realized he wasn't really the cool brother.
But you still followed me right off the cliff.
And like we had different different, I don't say different views, but we had different styles. And the reason why I say different styles, and I'm gonna give you an example of this. There's gonna be a lot of people that aren't gonna agree with this, right? But I'll give you an example. Him and Olav last night, they went to a Bob Dylan concert. Right? Great. Bob Dylan's great, but is that something that I would, me personally, that I would be like jumping for joy to go see? Probably not. And that's the difference. That was the difference in the styles. So Travis had this whole different mystique growing up with what he liked, and it wasn't exactly lined up with what I did, but because I wanted to fit in and I thought he was cool, I would tag along and learn a lot. And
you were very cool, bro.
He taught me a lot about music, but it wasn't specific music that I really liked.
But you learned to love it.
Yeah, I mean, I probably did. Yeah, I learned to love music, right? So, but anyways, so they went to this Bob Dylan concert, and that's a perfect example of, Travis was really stoked about this and really excited and happy, and like, I just couldn't.
You couldn't feel the joy.
Yeah, I couldn't feel it, man. I'm like, and I thought, now I would love to see Bob Dylan, right? But if I had to choose between seeing Jay-Z or Bob Dylan, it would be Jay-Z, right? And that's kind of the difference.
Or giving someone a haircut or Bob Dylan.
Now that's good. Like if I had a commitment to go give a haircut or go to Bob.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
Yeah, what would you choose out there, viewers?
Well, this is what I would do. So I'm gonna tell you what I would do. I wouldn't say I could do the haircut.
I can do the haircut. I just had to do it at a different time.
And I wouldn't have said I could do it. But so anyways, but I want to talk. I want to hone in off, and I want to get your take on this because you have done a lot professionally, and you've done a lot, scholarly as well, right? You got what's your degree in?
Human performance and recreations.
What the hell is that?
It's about.
Totally just made that up.
No, it's about kinesiology. You know, the way the body moves.
Is
and
it? But
stuff like
is it
that.
really called human performance?
Yeah, it's a long name.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Is this related to the
Yeah,
Kama Sutra in any
all-
way?
No, it's not about karma. All the people that were in my field were like people that were athletes, you know, in high school and college. They were all like the stars of the like programs that they went to. Their alums, they would come in there and get degrees. Like the basketball players, the volleyball players. You know,
were you athletic? Did you do anything?
My whole life,
athletic-wise?
yeah.
Okay. What sport?
Great
did you play?
golfer. Great golf swing.
play soccer, basketball, baseball, volleyball.
Okay, so like this one that gets a degree in that, is that somebody that like develops like trainings and stuff like that?
Yeah. Does this have to do with like the mechanics of the body
Yeah.
and like athletic situations or
Yep.
yeah, or activity based
To
situations?
be a trainer or something like that. My goal was to maybe like work on the sidelines for like, you know, the NFL, some sort of
That's cool.
job like
It
that.
goal definitely shifted, huh?
What- It
Took a
wasn't
little
that,
turn.
It wasn't that the goal shifted. I think life just kind of, you know, came on.
You know
hit
what?
me in the face.
You know what?
So-
You know what's funny about that statement right there? Like, anytime you meet somebody that's like a real big cheater, like in relationships, you're like not one, and you're like, I don't like cheaters, and you're like, I'm like, how do you feel about cheating? They're like, well, sometimes life just happens. You ever heard that before?
What
does that have to do
what,
with anything?
what
I
the
don't
heck is
know.
he, Steve? What is he talking about?
I got lost on there.
Yeah, me too.
You know
All right,
what?
Go ahead.
Was
It was when he said the life thing happens. It like triggered a weird.
I gotta dig deep into this.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, did you go to a
What- I
different
mean,
tanning bed or
yeah,
something?
Is
Yeah.
something going on with you? Like what? Where did that come from? That was like totally
I just want everybody
way
to know that I
left.
don't like cheaters.
way left.
You have,
Well, they always say life just hits you in the face, and that's what Olaf said
or you have
about his career change.
in that spurt.
So I was wondering if he was into cheating a lot.
No, I'm not a cheater, but
Okay.
it's funny that you went there with the.
That definitely
no.
is. That
Something triggered me. I definitely got triggered. I didn't even think there was a such thing as a trigger, and now I'm totally triggered. I feel a physiological response to life hitting me in the face right now.
Was that
All right.
yeah.
All right, let's go. So Olaf, I really wanted to get. I want to get you and Travis's feedback on this. You know, and one because you know, y'all have two different backgrounds, right? And when I say backgrounds, I mean like, you know, you went the route. You know, you went to college. You know, you ended up getting a degree. You even studied abroad. And you know, and Travis.
What
Travis-
was her name? The broad you studied.
Travis, see,
We're the editing.
yes, Travis went, instead of going abroad to study, he went to prison to study, right?
You know, when I get jobs, I say, you know, I went to college. You know, prison being college. I just call it college.
When you worked on the sites, like for your what's your mom's boyfriend's name? What's his name again?
Louis.
When you worked for Louis
It's her
and your
husband.
dad and stuff, did work ever get done?
Lots of work got
Did
done.
they get mad? I know there was times where they got mad.
Well, they would always say, Trav, you're not the supervisor. Why are you What were they talking about? I was totally supervising.
Yeah, I know they got mad. I know.
You know what I like to do though? Like when people are working hard, I like to make sure the music stays good. You know what I mean? I'll be y'all's DJ and emotional support. And I like to hand people the proper tool for the job and supervise them. I'm gonna go ahead.
All right, so we got two.
I thought
different-
we were talking about leadership. Sorry.
We're trying to get there. So we got two different backgrounds, right? Olaf, you know, you got one, you know, two different backgrounds, but y'all ended up in the same place, right? You know, so there's two different backgrounds, you know, and you know, because we're going to talk about recovery too, right? We're going to talk about you know, I got the same Nikes. Did I tell you that before?
Mm-hmm.
Cut my-
The same as him.
Yeah, exact same ones.
You
Cut
don't have
those
these.
Just put them up in there. Let me see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
I
that.
like those, but I don't.
And they match everything. I kind of like to go shoes
think
with
those
like
match everything?
multicolors, at least black, gray, and brown. You get like a 3-color match there, and then you can wear whatever shirt. Of course, I'm not matching now that I had to take my sweatshirt off.
Who are you
before-
looking at?
You,
Oh, okay.
peripheral vision. I like to look at you and Olaf at the same time, but I'm not a chameleon, so I have to make choices here.
I'd like to see that.
Old split
So-
eye.
So, all right. So look, Trav, I want you to answer the question, and I want Olaf to answer. You know, if you had to define, And we'll get serious for a second, y'all. So it's always a lot of jokes with Travis. Olaf is usually pretty serious. I bet that was interesting though. I'm going
totally interesting.
Y'all two was it everybody sitting down?
Yeah, and it's very small seats.
Yeah.
Luckily, I had
where was the
aisle seat at the Altria.
Oh yeah, I've been there
Did
before.
I say it right,
Yeah.
Olaf? Olaf's more grammatically correct than I am, but the
Uh-huh.
Altria, yeah. And it was we were up in the balcony, and it was totally seated. Like everybody was actually well behaved. There was a couple Bob groupies there.
Have you ever
There was
been to
a
the
couple
Altria
80-year-old
before, Trey?
women saying Bob. No,
That's
that
your
was my
first time
first
there?
time at the Altria.
You know,
I feel like I went to a punk show there a long time ago,
I went to,
but I'm hazy.
I went to Maxwell concert there twice.
Oh yeah, the R&B singer.
Yeah.
Totally. Did you take a chick? This was before marriage. You can be honest.
I did. I mean,
Nice.
I took a woman. Yes.
Very romantic. Little night of Maxwell.
Drinking some coffee
And drinking a little coffee.
All right. So the question that I have, what is a leader to you? Like, what is a leader, Olaf? Let's. I know you were ready to shoot it.
Either way, I can play off his. I totally need to cheat at this. Go, Olaf.
A leader to me would be someone that leads by example, does the right thing and works hard. Someone that you want to strive to be like.
Okay.
And I feel like oftentimes a leader would be having someone that he's looking at himself to mirror his own performance off of.
Do you I wish we had like wireless mics. That's what we really need. Do you have any Olaf? I like that.
You'll
like
probably be able to get someone Travis the sponsor comes.
We do have some.
Damn right.
we do have some.
Yeah.
Why can't I use those?
We
Steve?
could use those.
Can I maybe I can use that because my neck is really hurting and that light is
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm
it's awkward with the
with
the
this
dentist.
right here.
Dentist office is kind of a.
I don't
Yeah.
find it awkward at all.
Yeah, I think it's the position I'm in. But anyways,
Yeah.
I want to Olaf because I like what you said there. Do you have any specific people that come to your mind, like growing up or throughout your time that some because you said the leader, somebody you look up to, somebody you strive to be. Was there any specific examples for you growing up?
Yeah, my godfather was a big one in my life. He's a doctor, and he was also a missionary in Madagascar. So anytime I was sick, I always went to him, and just watching how he worked and how he moved around as far as like his accomplishments, not to mention academically, but also like humanitarily, what he gave back to society and stuff. And so he's a special person. So that was like a big one for me when I was growing up.
What is a missionary? What was when you say missionary? What was he doing?
Well, my parents were missionaries themselves. It's someone who goes to some third world country usually, and they kind of talk about God, and they introduce them to a sort of spirituality and stuff like that.
Was it Christian faith that they were introducing them to?
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's sometimes when people say they do missionary work, does it always tie back to like they're introducing them to God, or is it like sometimes they're just there like doing like if he's a doctor, right? He's
Just like helping,
helping,
like nurses go and do it.
Stuff.
And they kind of call it like a missionary mission, but usually it's just them going like to treat people that could otherwise not be treated or afford treatment or have that kind of treatment available.
Trav, is that considered missionary work?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, especially under the guys that like maybe you're spreading the good word also, but they call them like missionary missions, like like Tammy's been on them. Or whatever.
Yeah, it can be both.
Yeah, maybe they're tied together in a joint venture.
If you follow the money back, a lot of the times the people, there'll be some sort of synod or some sort of organization that is funding them, and they'll.
So was that what your godfather did? Did he help doctor? He was doctoring them up too, and trying to deliver a message of. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about you, Travis? What do you think a good, the definition of a leader? What do you think a good leader?
Well, definitely someone that somebody can trust, somebody that somebody will follow. So I definitely think there has to be a confidence. Now, I'm not always sure if this is like a learned talent. Like I think you can fall into a leadership position, but if we're talking about just like inherent leadership, sometimes it's like something you're born with. I believe, I believe that about like all the good leaders that I like think of, like Churchill and like Franklin D. Roosevelt. It was like they had that inherently all their life, like you say come and they follow, it's just like something that you feel like this person's not going to lead me astray. Now, I mean, I know you can be a leadership for like bad things too, and in that regard people will follow you too. you know.
Yeah.
So it works both ways. But I think like inherently you're I have leadership qualities. I think trustworthiness is a big one. I think confidence is. I think you know, being able to speak and people listen. I know sometimes silence does that too. So maybe even people listening to your silence. And I think that these are like the qualities that I see that would make a good leader, definitely.
Was there some? So I mean, because you mentioned Churchill and who's the other gentleman?
No, Franklin D.
Franklin
Roosevelt. I
So
liked
you
him.
did President and Churchill. What
You're talking
was he
about
called?
somebody more personal
Yeah,
to my
was
life.
there anybody in your life growing up? Or
Yeah,
throughout
well,
times?
you know, like all I could like say, and I'm not saying like he was a great leader, but you know, your dad is usually the first person you'll follow, you know, and like still to this day, my dad will be the first one I called, even in his imperfections. I mean, none of us are perfect, but he usually has like, you know, a good direction for me or like a sound, stable advice that I trust, you know, through just his experience, you know, either being good or bad. He's always tried to lead me not astray, you know, even if it wasn't by example. So I would definitely say my dad, you know, which wouldn't be uncommon for like a son with a dad, you know, well, you know, yeah, I guess I said that right. But to look to your dad first, you know, so that I think that would be the first example of a leader in my life, you know. Good or bad,
Was there
good,
any-
a little bit of both. But other than that, I kind of like beat it to my own drum a lot, you know, because like just like being out there in the world like now, like you use it as an example, like you kind of, you know, you kind of like came along with me too, you know, so like I just was like, I wasn't looking for anybody to lead me. I kind of like wanted to be like free reign, free spirited, like figure out things on my own, because you know, early on some of the people that I looked up as leaders disappointed me. So I was like, okay, like however I'm going to do it, I'm going to make these decisions on my own. So I didn't look to anybody for direction, good or bad, you know. So after that, I can't think of like a specific leader that I latched on to, like I want to be like this. Obviously I didn't, because most of my choices were wrong. And even to this day, I still learn by trial and error. And I think it all started back then with like, I don't want to be like this person, even though growing up, that's your first example of a leader. But then you're like, now I don't want to be like this leader at all. Well, who am I going to be? I'm gonna strike out on my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good. That's good, man. It's good that you you know, you brought up, you know, a father, you know, the father figure, you know, being the leader or the first person that, you know, you look to lead you, right?
Mhm.
I understand that, which, you know, I that was kind of the same with me, you know, my father, but I mean, it was unfortunate, you know, in my circumstances, like my parents divorced at a really, really young age. So it was, you know, he just wasn't there for me to get the leadership from anymore.
Right.
Like it was like a long distance leadership, you know, because they divorced when I'm 9 and he moves to California, and you know, then we move up to Newport News, and it's like I didn't have a father figure no more. I had him, not that he wasn't there providing financially, giving child support, that type of stuff. It just was long. They weren't together, so
it wasn't nobody to follow
so
by
I couldn't-
example.
yeah, I
You didn't
couldn't-
have an example.
couldn't get that leadership there.
Yeah.
So you know, I feel like I reached for it in a lot of other ways, you know,
Coaches,
coaches.
friends.
There was a lot of times where coaches would do that, friends. You know, and one thing I've learned about you know, leadership, being a leader, you know, all of what y'all said, I think are, you know, are great traits, right? You know, definitely
Qualities.
and you know, and you're right, as in you know, some of it you're born with. I think I definitely agree. Like some stuff we're really, you know, leaders can have that born, you know,
Confidence and
but I do think some of it can be honed in on and trained and taught.
oh
over
yeah, I
time.
would agree with you there. Definitely.
I
The
know,
nuances of
yeah,
it.
yeah. I know one thing that makes a good leader. In order to be a good leader, you have to be able to be led, right?
Teachable.
Yeah, you have to be, you know, so like, you know, if you want to be a leader, you got to allow somebody to lead you, right? You know, I think that was real important for me. You know, learning that and understanding that, like I had to allow somebody to teach me, you know, and show that bit of humility to be led, and that gave me, you know, the understanding of how to lead as well. And it ties into, right, what this ties into is, so you know, we all got some good ideas of what a leader is. Now let's talk about what is it, what is recovery, right? So Olaf, you know, we talk about being a leader, and we talk about what a good leader is. What does recovery mean? Like, what's the definition of recovery to you? You know, how would you define recovery?
Well, after that meeting we had last week,
That was it was interesting, right? It was a good.
that
one.
was that kind of shook up my definition of recovery. I'm not gonna lie, but I think recovery starts, with me, right? Because like to recover something is to basically find something that was already there, right? So, and I mean, you ever notice how like if you talk to a bunch of 4 or maybe 5th grade kids, that like there's a different approach than if you're talking at 4 or 5-year-old kids, right? When you're 4 or 5, if you ask a bunch of 4 or 5-year-olds, who's the strongest person in the room? Everyone's going to raise their hand, right? They're all going to believe that they're the strongest person. Or if you ask them who's the
Sometimes it's going to go with the adults too, though.
Yeah,
But I'm with you, right?
right. But if you were to ask like people that are like older, like the 5th graders or like the 12, 13-year-olds, who's the strongest person, they're going to have like their fingers pointed at someone else in the room that they look to as being stronger by physical appearance. So I feel like, we all had that inherent ability to have a wholeness once upon a time. When we were younger, we believed in ourselves. And then, life happened and we started to lose faith, started to lose confidence. So for me to like recovery is about finding who I really am.
Okay. Recovery is about finding who you really are. That's good. All right. What about you, Trav? What would you think? What is recovery to you?
You're not going to like my answer.
And well, no, I mean your answer is your answer though. So it's not that's not for me to like. And I should have been more specific with Olaf. Like when I say recovery, right? Because when I'm talking about I mean recovery from substance use disorder, or to those that aren't as I don't want to sound prestigious or sound arrogant, but are as educated in this field. It's addiction to some, to others, the proper term is substance use disorder. So when we talk about recovery from that, what is that?
Okay, well, like if I'm recovering something I lost, it was my connection with God. And as soon as I got it back, then then that's what sparked my recovery, my path onto recovery. So like if I'm trying to recover from substance abuse disorder and the desire for drugs has left me, then recovery looks like changing behaviors. And so like that's what just working a pathway has been so instrumental for me. And that's what it looks like, constantly becoming aware of the things that led me to use. And the things that led me to use were behaviors and feelings and emotions and being able to deal with them. And so like recovery to me today, never interrupt me when I'm getting deep. Technical foul. But anyways, yeah. So
because I'm feeling, I'm digging it.
Yeah. So
I feel like you're not even talking to me.
All right, that I'm talking directly to you. Don't interrupt me again. I don't like interruptions during 10 steps. All right, here we go.
Sorry.
No problem. I forgive you and love you. So that's what it looks like to me. So like and also becoming more in tune spiritually and gaining a different and constantly elevating understanding of my higher power. And because it changes and evolves like every day, although it's all good, I get a better understanding, but also through my personal pathway, which would be NA, and just the minuscule amount that I've worked it, and just becoming aware, and also my network too, and just hanging around you and like just everybody, Olaf, Steve, anyone, pointing out things that I couldn't see, becoming aware of them, and those are the behaviors that always led me back to use. And so like my recovery looks like constantly becoming more aware of those behaviors through my pathway and my higher power, but definitely step work has revealed that to me, or just even reading the book like minusculely and just becoming like open to changing those behaviors. And so recovery looks like to me a constant evolution of not acting the way I did, or behaving the way I did, or becoming aware of it, or being able to have the choice to change and grow. So recovery is like a growth mission and a spiritual mission to me. That would be like just like an off the hand answer for you right there, Jesse. With
both of y'all, because Olaf says recovery basically is him finding out who he is, right? And you talk about recovery is becoming aware of your behaviors and growing, right?
Basically the same thing.
Yeah. Both of y'all have kind of the same take on it. When I think about recovering from substance use disorder, or to those, again, out there, just I don't want. I guess I don't want to say I'm dummying down, but I just want to make sure everybody understands the verbiage because we want to try to use the correct verbiage here. We don't want to use any stigmatizing words, but sometimes people out there listening don't know what we're talking about when we say substance use disorder, right? We're talking about the disease of addiction, right? And addiction is people that are hooked on alcohol, heroin, crack, methamphetamines, marijuana, whatever it is out there that they're using, fentanyl. Yeah. Like how do we recover from that, man? And when I think about it for me, like, I got to dummy it down for me, right?
Keep it simple.
Yeah, I really do. And because I get caught up sometimes in like the,
it's nothing wrong with going deep, but like I get it. Keep it simple.
I have to for me, man.
What about peeling the onion back?
Yeah, because I'm just not you when I sit next to y'all too, and I'm not being facetious or being funny, right? I'm being dead serious. Like I feel like I'm, and this is gonna sound bad to me. Right?
Just say it.
Well, all three of y'all, like Steve, Olaf, and you, I feel like I'm the dumbest person in the room, right?
But yeah, you're more institutionally grounded.
I feel like y'all are more smarter, more intelligent, right? And so like when I think about recovery, right, like to me, and this is not the correct definition, but like for me, like I just wanted to stop putting a needle in my arm.
Oh yeah,
right? I just wanted to like, how can I stop stealing from my mom? How can I stop ending up in prison and jail, right? And not saying this is the definition, but this is how it was for me in the beginning. It was like I just wanted recovery. That's what I thought it was, right? I thought recovery was just look. I just got to stop doing all this stuff, right? And what I ended up doing is I tried because when I finally and we're talking about leaders, right? When I finally when I came into recovery and I finally said, you know what, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, and I don't know how to do it. That's when I finally started to learn what it is and how to do it, right? And it's the same thing when we talk about leaders. When I finally, surrender and like say, you know what, lead me, teach me. If you talk about biblical, you're a real biblical person, right?
Spiritual.
You're a real biblical person too, right? Spiritual's like I know you want to be known as the spiritual guy, Trav, but you had a profound experience happen, and you put it back to Jesus, is what you said, in God, and you haven't been doing you haven't been doing that as much now, but right?
Yeah, because there's times for it now.
Yeah, well,
I'm still in my alone time very thoughtful and aware of it.
And I'm not saying you got to shout it on TV and shout it out to the staff that Jesus saved you, but what I'm saying is right is that religion is about submission, right?
Yeah,
it's about I must submit, and
that point of desperation,
right? Isn't that what it's about?
Where you I don't want to live like this, but I don't want to die. That multiple point of desperation.
Yeah, and so we talk about a good leader. Somebody, to be a good leader, I got to be led. I got to allow somebody to teach me. I got to allow somebody to lead me to know what recovery is, and to get into recovery, I got to allow somebody to teach me. I got to allow somebody to guide me and direct me. And that's what it falls back on. Because like I said, when I first came in here, right, I just was like, man, recovery to me is I'm not sticking a needle in my arm. I'm not in prison and jail. If I just get a job, I'll be all right.
Yeah, right? That's a common one.
If I just get off probation, I'll be all right. And I didn't start to understand like the deep rooted stuff about it, like what y'all are talking about, peeling the onion, getting to know me, all that stuff, right? Simply for this, I just didn't want to use drugs anymore.
Yeah.
Right? That was me, and I'm comfortable sharing that. I'm not saying that's like the correct definition. I'm not saying
I think I once heard you say yourself, you ask 40 people, you get 40 different answers, because this is a very personalized thing. It's kind of a subjective or objective point of view on it. Which one, Olaf? Subjective, objective? Yeah, put a word on it. I mean, it's one of the adjectives.
I think I've always overcomplicated things.
Or maybe you like to take
I see that with you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind taking a deeper look, though. I don't think we've gotten too deeper in the weeds. I'm saying
I don't think deeper and overcomplicating. I could see because Olaf digests things up here.
Yeah.
Right. But you've learned, I know this, you've learned over time to take it from here to here, because I'm gonna tell you, man, I don't care who tells you this, doctor, psychiatrist, therapist, anybody from the SAMHSA or wherever, right? If it doesn't go from here to here, it ain't gonna work, right? I'm just gonna tell you that it ain't gonna work, right?
Oh, I like that. If it's not written on your heart, I like that.
The belief, the power of believing, right? You gotta, if you want to recover from this illness, right? We can materialize it all day up here, but until it goes from here to here, it's no good, right? You know, and it's the same thing with being a leader, right? Until I take it from here to here, right? Because if I'm not going to allow Travis to lead me if I don't know he feels it here, right? If I don't believe, just like a sales, like if I don't believe in what I'm selling, if I don't believe in what I'm leading, who I'm leading, ain't nobody gonna follow me or
do you believe
follow. I struggle with that sometimes, Trav.
Wow.
But I'll help you. I'm pretty sure everybody else does too. They'll help you because
we're not going to diagnose me. I just want to know: do you believe me?
You asked me the question.
Yes or no?
Well, I could tell you a good example. For instance, let's go back to the Bob Dylan show, right?
Yeah.
Travis wanted to go to the Bob Dylan show. He was like, Olaf, do you want to go to the Bob Dylan show? I was like, absolutely. And then like a couple days later, you know, he was like, do you want to go? I was like, yeah, why don't you buy the tickets? I'll go. It wouldn't happen. So then he'd come back to me. He's like, are we going to go to the Bob? I'm like, you're the one who came to me with this idea. Like, do you want me to buy the tickets? He was like, yeah, you do it. And then I'll send you the money. I was like, okay. So then like,
this is good.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. So like, I couldn't understand whether I wanted to go, and I love that you suggested that I go with you.
And you're happy you went.
And I'm very happy I went. But like,
I led and you followed, and we had a great time.
Well, more like I led.
Thank you for assisting me. I'm saying sometimes leaders need an assistance.
You don't like this right now. You don't like.
I love it. Point it out.
You asked the question. You said.
All I said was, "Do you believe me?"
Yeah.
Do you believe that it's written on my heart?
You said, do you trust me? Is what you said.
Oh, you trust me.
I do, but there's times where I don't. There's times where I gotta see. Like, there's times
you don't trust me either, Olaf.
I trust you.
Well, it's not.
Thank you.
I couldn't trust. I questioned. I should say, what the real root of what you wanted to do.
Yeah, there's times.
Did you want to hang out and go to a concert?
That's what.
Or did you want me to buy the tickets?
Right.
Yeah.
I bought my own tickets. What are you talking about?
You paid me back for them, but I bought the tickets.
Yeah, the same day I paid you back. I just wanted. It's just easier for you to do stuff on the phone. I know, like a good leader always knows how to delegate too, and that's a strong quality. And so he delegates things that he's not strong in. Now a good leader knows what he's good at, what he don't know, and what he does know. And when it comes to like all the, you know, the intricacies of doing certain things that might seem simple to one could be complicated for me. And so, like, you know,
you told me
and you're usually good at these things, Olaf, and I recognize that in you. But it wasn't only that; it was like you were the only person I wanted to go to the show with. And now, like, and you were good at it. And now, what I'm good at is going to the ATM and pulling cash off my card, which I did and gave back to you. And so, like, everything worked out. And now we're trying to psychoanalyze me about wanting to hang out with my friend. And now you see the internal struggle that Olaf's having.
Who are you?
Because he's like, that's how I know. Because he's always looking at me with the weird eye.
Who are you?
And then now I don't want to look at either one of you. Because I'm like, I should wear a flannel shirt. And Olaf talks me out of wearing a flannel shirt. I want to wear a flannel shirt today. He's like, I'm going to wear a button-up shirt. So I go button-up shirt with polo. I get to his house. He totally has a flannel on. And not only that, he tried to put a flannel on top of the flannel. Totally trying to backdoor me. So now, this being in mind, because he's got the same problem, and I'm going to point it out right now. And listen. So, like, I know that the Friday is the day that we wear bands. I'm totally hyped right now. Friday is the day that we wear bands, and I wanted to wait till Friday to wear this awesome sweatshirt right here from Bob Dylan on Friday when we wear our favorite band. But I know, and so I asked Olaf, we're waiting until Friday, yeah? We're totally going to rock the sweatshirt on Friday. But in my head, knowing what I know about Olaf and what he just did to me on live TV, on camera, on Facebook, I knew the kind of person he was. And I knew that he would be wearing the sweatshirt today. So I totally was like, okay, Olaf, you know, just to throw him an assist so he didn't have to be a liar. I was like, all right, listen, bro, so you don't have to backdoor me like you did with the flannels like 2 seconds before. Olaf, let's buck on, Friday, and we'll just wear it doesn't feel good, does it? Gosh. And we'll wear the sweatshirt. So we wore it today. So all I'm saying is we all have a little piece of this. We all do this.
So what you're saying,
And Jesse, what I'm saying is I trust you, bro. And you got a lot of stuff with you too. And now I'm going to bring it up right now because talking about missionaries, I got a whole theory because you're like, oh, Trav, you're a brother figure and all that. Well, Jesse was in the Mormon church. And I think that the only reason that he was friends with me is because he didn't want to get on the bike.
Mute his mic, man. Just mute his thing on mic.
And be a missionary for the Mormon church.
Can you stop for a second? Now we just thank you, Steve. Thank you. Look, can you simmer down? Can you simmer down?
I'm done.
All right. You asked the question.
I don't want to know the answer no more. You don't trust me. Olaf don't trust me. Wear your flannel shirt, Olaf.
Trav, can you just stop for a second?
Yeah.
Man?
All right. Good.
Huh? You ask a question. You say, "Hey, do you trust me?" And I try to give you an answer and tell you, Trav, sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't, and I want to tell you why.
Okay,
right. And Olaf gave you an example, but I'll give you an example as well.
That was total cheese.
Well, no, because you are not always of the serious nature. So sometimes I don't know if Travis is joking or telling the truth. And when you are in this type of atmosphere, right, sometimes the truth is a necessity, right?
I believe that.
Yeah. And so you ask, do I trust you? I want to trust you, right? Earlier before the podcast, I wanted to trust what you were saying, but everything out your mouth was a joke, right? You just kept joking away about it. So like, I'm like, well, damn, is he telling the truth or is he just trying to run game because he wants what he wants? So Olaf is just trying to tell you, look, he trusts you, but he was like, dang, did he really just ask me to go so that I would, because he's good at what he does and he's able to go on the thing and do it, instead of just saying, hey, before anything, hey Olaf, do you want to go to the Bob Dylan concert? And if you do, will you help me out? Can you purchase the tickets? I'll pay you the money, right? Instead of doing that, like it took you went all around the corner to get there, right? And instead of giving an answer, right, you went all around the corner before the podcast about that. So we ain't here to diagnose.
Yeah, because it's become perfectly apparent to me, Olaf. Now I know because we had the relationship where we do this all the time.
You're gonna get muted again.
I don't care anymore.
You asked the question.
I want to bury this thing.
So I gave you the answer, right? I want to
back page.
You know what? Listen,
Craigslist.
Trav, listen though, because you know what's so ironic about this, right?
Alanis Morissette.
No, listen. Stop with the jokes, man. Stop, man. Be serious for a second.
I am right now.
Be serious, right? Because when we posed the question about what a leader is to you, one of the main things, the first thing you said a leader does is, do you remember?
No, I'm mad right now.
Okay, well, you know what? I'll tell you, because I listen to you, Travis. Because
all right, go ahead, give it to me.
I respect you, right?
Don't ask me the question. I don't want to answer.
You said a leader should be somebody who you trust.
Yeah, I believe that. I didn't say I was a leader. Don't trust me.
You're doing it again. You're doing it again. Stop, man. Right, stop, man. Look, man. Like that's what's.
Go. I'm listening. Just go. I don't like dead air on my podcast. Go.
It's not your podcast.
Yes. God, yeah, I'm saying. All right, bro. Just say what you're going to say. I mean, because it's getting douchebaggery now.
It's not that. Why would you say that?
We'll edit it later.
We can't
just go. Come on, this thing is killing me here.
You can't. Are you ready to put the mic down?
No, I'm just ready. Just say what you're going to say, please.
I got nothing to say, Trav. I got nothing to say, man.
Yeah, this went great. Anyways, we went over time today. I know y'all don't know what's going on. We totally just had a festival. Trav, but anyways,
who are you looking at right now?
Not you,
right?
Or Olaf.
Like, why are you looking at a wall? Like,
you're
I don't
right.
understand what you're doing.
All right.
You just sounded like the mustard guy.
I'm loving it. I'm glad I came on. I should have took your suggestion. I should have took your teachability and stayed off today.
Maybe practice being honest.
I don't know what lesson needed to be learned here, but I definitely learned it.
All right. So we are getting ready to end. But I want the goal before you asked me, Trav, and you looked at me and you said, "Hey, do you trust me?" Because you were trying to be funny. You were trying to.
No, I wanted to know, and now I know.
You were trying to throw some.
And I want to say I'm deeply hurt by you and Olaf.
You were trying to throw some humor on like something serious, right? We were having a serious conversation about what it is to be a leader and what recovery is, right? We're talking about what it is to be a leader and what recovery is and how they're tying together, right? And like y'all were answering, I mean, y'all were spot on, right? With what recovery is, because Trav, you said it, like you asked 40 people, and you're gonna get 40 different
Yeah,
answers,
definitely.
right?
I definitely
Because-
believe that.
Because recovery, there's no cookie cutter way to recover from
Mm-mm.
substance
Yeah,
use
it's a very
disorder.
personalized thing. Wouldn't you
but
agree?
Yeah, it's definitely
I
personalized.
mean, there's pathways, but it's still
pathways
like
that
you're-
lead you to it.
Yeah.
But it's a personal thing. But one of the important things, Trav, Olaf, Steve, myself, right, is we had to allow. If we can end this and give y'all anything out there, anybody that's listening, anybody that's sitting in prison, jail, listen to this, yeah, we joke and play, right? But if we can give you anything about this, leadership, recovery, recovering from substance use disorder, recovering from addiction, you have to allow yourself to be led. You have to allow somebody to teach you, right? That's what we want to give y'all, right? If you're here in this field and you got your foot in the door and you're trying to, make a movement here, becoming a CPRS, starting your own organization, running a recovery house, allow somebody to teach you, right? Don't just go rogue and try to do things on your own. Allow yourself to be guided. If you're coming into recovery and you're trying to learn how to recover, allow somebody to teach you, right? Humble it down. Sometimes you gotta say, I don't know.
particularly to people that you see doing good or trust. We'll
Yeah,
keep that
so-
out of it, but particularly,
Trust, I
yeah,
think
allow
that's a very important quality,
I think sometimes you'll find like early on you'll find people that are doing it and that are sincere, and you kind of latch on to them and then you follow their lead. I agree with that totally. You're saying the right thing.
Yeah, and Olaf and Travis, like Trav, you are sincere and you are trusted, right?
Thank you, sir.
You are, but there's times where
Just with you and Olaf. Now that I know, I didn't know that before.
there's
But the thing is, then
there's times where the question comes up, right? There's not. Let me clarify something for anybody out there, because I don't want Travis's reputation.
Yeah, I'm
to be
totally
damaged, right?
untrustworthy.
No. So like, I think this is what Travis ties in. So Steve, did you Steve? I know you were a dope shooter. You were an opium user, a dope user, right?
Yes.
And I think you were too, Olaf, right? And it just poses with any drug or substance. But I know particularly when I think about heroin, when I was coming up and using, right, I always wanted to have like a morning shot, and I always wanted to have a back when I get sick, right? Am I gonna have something, and so like, if I had a friend out there, do I trust them if I give them $20? Right? Hey man, I'm sick. Will you go get this for you? I'm gonna give you 40. You get yourself one, you get me one, right? And I think that's where you revert trust back, right? Yeah, Trav, I trust you to say that, hey man, I can call you up and you'll come freaking fix my car if it's broken, or you'll come give me a ride, or you'll come cut my son's hair. I can trust you, right? If you say you're gonna do
with
it,
your bank card, can
if
you
you're gonna-
trust me with your bank card?
yeah, I would trust you with my bank card, right?
Would you trust me with your car?
Yeah,
Can I borrow your car?
but that's what you're tying. That's what you're tying trust into, right? And I think that's where you're missing what trust is, right?
Is that trust what we're talking about?
It is, but there's more to it. There's more to it, right?
So you're saying you're going deeper.
uh,
You're not keeping it simple.
there's just times where I, don't know if I trust what Travis is saying, right? That's all.
I feel the same about you.
About-
No, I pretty much trust you, Jess. I'm hurt. I'm deeply hurt. You don't trust me.
Well,
Olaf,
I think
you
there's
killed my whole concert.
I
It's
think
only
it's-
because you joke and play too much, Trav. That's all. You joke and play. That's who you are, though. But I mean, your
Hater.
sponsors talk to you about it, right?
He
You're
loves my
working on it.
jokes.
Yeah, no, he's told you. He tells you when you're doing it, right? You're working on it. You even told me yourself you do it, right? That's what we're
This
talking
was a
about.
personal conversation we had behind closed doors. I don't trust to talk to you no more behind doors.
Are you
You
kidding
think
me?
about that kind
Are
of
you kidding?
trust?
Hold on a second.
No.
I shared with you pillow talk, and as soon as I shared it with you, you called my wife up and told her all about it. What the hell?
Well, I'm untrustworthy.
Couldn't wait to text her. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm texting Kelly right now. I'm like, you can't text her what I just told you. Between what do you mean? You can't do that. Yes, I can.
At least I was honest.
All right, y'all. Look, man, allow somebody to teach you, man. That's what we're telling you, man. Everybody out there, allow somebody to teach you. Allow yourself to be led. That's what we do, and we continue to do it on a continuous basis. All right, thanks, everybody.
Peace.
That actually ended up.